Good afternoon. Hi, I'm Eileen Flynn, and today we're using the Ward Stormwater Management Model, and I'm going to show you how different practices can impact development in your area, residential or commercial, because they are both impacted. And we're going to start out with this little community here we've got on the river. We've got a nice little area upstream here. It's the forest, wetlands, and I'm going to show you what happens when they have a rain event with this still intact. So they're getting a lot of rain, but that rain is being absorbed by this wetlands area upstream from the community. If they get a lot of rain, it does a really good job of controlling it. You will get some seepage eventually. It will become full, and you'll get a little bit of excess runoff that will go down the stream. But this is very manageable. Nobody's flooding. Everybody's fine. But well, look what happens when we have a little bit of development. Somebody wants to come in and build a 7-Eleven. So we've got a 7-Eleven in here. They built upstream, cleared out all those wetlands because these people need someplace to buy some gas. But look what happens when you've got a bunch of impervious surface upstream from all these people on the river. And there's nothing here anymore. There's no wetlands to absorb the rainwater. There's no types of ponds or anything like that that would hold excess water. So when we get some rain, it hits that impervious surface, which means it will not absorb anything, and it starts coming downstream. And it runs off rather quickly because nothing's holding it back. Now we have a problem. All these lovely folks are starting to flood. There goes the houses, because there's nothing to hold this water back. Now there are different things you could do to help minimize for these people. You could build some levees or some dams here to hold the water back, but by doing that, you could make it worse for people further downstream. So we try to think about the best thing we could do. Well, the best thing we could do is make this fella put in a stormwater retention pond to hold back some of that extra rainwater that he's having a hard time managing. There's our retention pond. Now he's still going to get runoff. That's a given. There's still going to be runoff because he has this big old parking lot here. But when he does get runoff, it's managed a lot better by this retention pond, because the retention pond is holding it back. It's not making one big sweep downstream. And when the retention pond gets full enough, it will start letting the water come through. It will start letting it drain off, but it's at a much slower and a much safer rate than that huge flash flood that occurred earlier. Now, one of the things that probably should have been done is back when this fella decided to build, they should have gone over his options. They could have said something like, well, fine, you want some sort of asphalt or concrete. There are choices out there that are pervious, that will let that water down through. He'll still get a little bit of runoff, but not like it's when it's solid asphalt. Or they could have had him put in the retention pond and then replant some of those trees that were taken out the first time. It's always easier to do it before than wait till after the event. So that's basically how this model works. It gives you an idea of how development can be responsible to everybody, not just the citizens, but to the environment as well. And it's crucial that you do a lot of pre-planning so you're not playing catch-up at this stage. Thank you today.